The BKT United Rugby Championship returned with a bang this weekend for an action-packed round one that saw 6 matches take place across 2 days of incredible rugby action. Setting the tone early were 2 matches on Friday evening at the Scottish capital of Edinburgh and the Welsh capital of Cardiff. Starting in Edinburgh, who hosted perennial title contenders Leinster in a back-and-forth affair which saw the home side come up just short as the Dubliners secured a 5-point win. For Edinburgh, Scotland international winger Duhan van der Merwe scored 2 exceptional tries to keep his team in the fight and would score the last try to get the second losing bonus point for themselves. For Leinster, captain Jack Conan would score the decisive try, whilst scrum half Jameson Gibson-Park returned from injury and looked bang in form in what is a huge boost for not only Leinster but Ireland and the British and Irish Lions heading into this season. Heading down to Cardiff for the second match, the home side would race away into an early lead and look to be in cruise control for what would have been a perfect start to their season. The wheels slowly came off for Cardiff a little bit as Zebre raced back into contention. The Italian side showed plenty of fight to come back within a score but couldn't quite get the deal done in what would have been an incredible upset victory in round 1. Instead, Cardiff bagged 5 log points courtesy of a 4-try win. Moving over to the Saturday action, which started with a Welsh derby between the Dragons and Ospreys, it would take a last-second score to seal the deal for the Dragons in what is a major victory to start their season. For the Ospreys, they certainly had their chances, with fly half Dan Edwards playing a blinder and keeping his team in touch. Scoring a few brilliant tries, the Ospreys really could have taken this one, but the Dragons showed plenty of fight to come back into it. Crossing the Irish Sea for our second Saturday match, rivals Munster and Connacht went to battle in similar fashion to Edinburgh and Leinster the night before in what was an incredible back and forth, which Connacht almost stole for what would have been the perfect start to the season. In the end, a yellow card to Argentinian international Santiago Cordero would open the door for Munster to come back into the contest following a hot start by Connacht, which saw them race into a 12-0 lead. The match would remain a back and forth affair, but in the end, a clutch conversion from replacement fly half Tony Butler would prove to be the difference as Munster took it by 2 points, 35-33 at Thomond Park, to set up a brilliant piece of action for Irish rugby fans in round 1. Moving on from Ireland to Italy, we would see the first tie of the round with a 20-20 draw between Benetton and the Scarlets in what was a really interesting match. Benetton raced out to an early lead, but Scarlets methodically reeled them back in and could have stolen it themselves as they held a late lead, only for Benetton to slot a late score which brought them back into the contest at 20 points all. Both sides will have mixed feelings about this one. Scarlets could have stolen one on the road, and Benetton will feel that they should have won at home given they fancied themselves as playoff contenders once again this season. Concluding the action was the upset of the weekend as Irish province Ulster Rugby overturned reigning champions the Glasgow Warriors in dramatic fashion. It would take until the 4th minute in overtime for Ulster to seal the deal as replacement scrum half Dave Shanahan dotted down following phase after phase of attack from his forwards. For Ulster, this was a huge victory under new head coach Richie Murphy and sets them up nicely for a run at the playoffs this season. For Glasgow, the defeat will sting given they had a real chance to claim a road win in Ireland, which is not something most sides do. They still bagged a losing bonus point, but for Franco Smith's champions, this was a disappointing result. None of the South African teams were in action this weekend due to a scheduling conflict with the Currie Cup final taking place. But on that front, the Hollywood Bet Sharks, who will be in action next weekend, claimed the title courtesy of a long-range, last-minute penalty from fly half Jordan Hendrickse, who showed incredible gumption to stand up and slot the penalty against his old team, the Lions. Next weekend's action will see a full slate of games with all 4 South African teams returning, ensuring that we have 8 matches across the board. You can watch all of this action live and exclusively on FloRugby with full match replays and highlights also available. So don't forget to check out our subscription packages. Please also feel free to like, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel as it all makes a difference and we love interacting with our rugby fans.